ended up homeless was when I was 17. Me and my mom really didn't get along. I just moved out here literally a month before that with my mom and brother. But me and her didn't get along. Her and her boyfriend kicked me out to where I started living with my partner because she didn't want me to be on the streets alone. When I first got on the streets, I was pregnant with my son, who now is a year and a half. He's luckily in good health. It was honestly horrible, I'll say it. Worrying about cops rolling up, getting arrested, hearing sirens, waking up constantly. Pretty much afraid for your life most of the time. We kind of had nowhere to go. We went to Urban Peak for the first time, stayed there for about 6 months, and then we left there. And then after that, we just kind of took every day as its own. We were both very scared, a lot. We both were getting very malnourished. When I tried to come out to my mom as transgender, she kind of freaked out on me. And she even still makes jokes and all that. She's still very unaccepting of it. When I was pregnant, I was very terrified a lot of time. I was scared for my child's sake. I was in a lot of pain, the normal pregnancy pains on top of having to be active 24/7. Worried about slipping constantly or falling and going into premature labor. Over there was a camp spot that we had. It was a very stressful spot, very hard to get up and down. But at that point we had no tent, so we kind of had to makeshift one, which was obvious, so that's another issue. When you do camp and have a little bit of shelter, it's too obvious.
Where'd you find materials?
Just off the ground a lot of the time. I will admit, with going from being homeless to back into a place, I'm still after about 6 months, still getting used to it. It's made a difference in many ways, Urban Peak has, by even just the small things like a little bit of food, water, hygiene stuff. They've also helped me with getting on my own feet at this point, with the internship through Urban Peak and the WIOA program, I've had one previous other job that the employment case manager helped me with, Thomas. They have helped me just a lot of even psychiatric stuff, because I have a hard time getting those services. Just even the support was the main thing that helped. Like asking, are you okay? How are you doing? How are you feeling? Small things like that.
If Urban Peak were not here, we would have so many more youth caught up in human trafficking, the criminal justice system, and probably ending up homeless as adults. So that's the reason that Urban Peak exists.
To support the youth that are experiencing homelessness, we're just meeting them where they're at, being there to support them. So the youth may be living on the street at the time and may be really reluctant to come into the shelter just because they're scared or they're anxious about it, and you know, in their mind it may be easier to live on the street and to camp than enter a shelter. So, you know, just kind of supporting the youth wherever they're at in that journey. So if it's with our outreach staff, meeting them every day and giving them snacks and socks until they start to build that trust, or if it's coming into the shelter and all staff just being here and being supportive of them and giving them somebody to talk to and just listen to and just kind of help them through their journey.
Urban Peak Colorado Springs meets the youth where they are, no matter where that is in their journey. And Urban Peak gives them the skills and the potential so that they can determine their own future.
The drop-in center are for youth who are couch surfing, staying on the street, not able to get into shelter because it's at capacity, and so they need to come in sometimes and get gear for staying on the street or for couch surfing. And there's toiletries, toothpaste, toothbrushes, hand warmers. We have snacks, we have water, and hopefully just through them coming to us and us going to them on outreach, we're creating a relationship, building trust with them, so as they can begin to express to us more of what they're needing, and then we can start providing more resources.
It's easy to think that it doesn't have anything to do with you, that unfortunate young person grew up in a family that didn't take care of them, maybe grew up in poverty. But the fact is, the youth who end up coming to Urban Peak are from all different kinds of families. And it doesn't take much but the right set of wrong circumstances for a young person to fall victim. We're really able to walk alongside all of the youth, no matter where they are in their journey. And that's, I don't think that's something that happens everywhere.
We believe in acceptance.
We believe in the responsible stewardship of our resources.
We believe in positive change.
We believe that ending youth homelessness changes trajectories, saves lives, and has a lasting impact on the community.